Hi, this is Professor Gabrini. This is my introductory video for my online courses. I'm talking to you from my office here at home. This is in my townhouse. I don't live too far from the campus, but because of COVID-19, I'll be teaching online this semester. My auditing class was always scheduled to be online. The Principles of Accounting classes were originally supposed to be face-to-face, but they've transitioned to online for health accommodations for myself because I'm at slightly higher risk. So hopefully you guys will be comfortable with the online environment. When I say online, I do not mean independent study. Independent study would be where you have very little interaction with your instructor. I anticipate we will have plenty of interaction over the course of the semester. And that's going to be partly a function of how much interaction you want with me. So the more you reach out to me through email, through instant messaging, through asking for meetings in Teams, Microsoft Teams, that will determine how independent you want to work. So I encourage you to communicate with me. You'll have opportunities to do that. Part of that is one of the assignments that you all have in any of the courses I teach. You're going to have to prepare a post, a discussion post that's a reflection post. And all it is a simple question that asks you, hey, what did you find most difficult this week? What new things did you learn? Any problems or issues that cropped up? I just want you to communicate with me how you're doing in the course. What are you struggling with? I really need to know that. And I need you to be as specific as possible when you're responding to that. So if, for instance, you're having trouble in cost, volume, profit, or if you're having trouble working with the cash flow statement, or if you're having an issue in auditing with sampling, I need you to be specific about what it is you're struggling with, because I will be going through those reflection posts. They're due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. And then I'll be looking at the Monday, and then I'll be strategizing what it is I can do to help you with those issues. What I found when I started doing the reflection posts in my summer course was that multiple students would typically have the same issues. And so I'd be able to come up with one learning resource that I could post that would be able to help multiple students, which is a very efficient way of doing it. The other option that you guys will have is you can request individual meetings with me. You just email me and say, hey, I'd like to meet with you individually through Microsoft Teams, and here's my schedule. Here's a couple of days and times when I'm available. And then I can choose one and then set up a meeting with you through Teams. And we can do that. It's available through GeorgiaView, and it's also available through email. So we have a couple of different ways of handling it. And it's a good software program. For those of you that have used it, great. If you haven't used it before, don't worry about it. It's really easy. So again, this is an introductory video that I'm going to be posting, and it's going to be used in all three of my courses. So some of the information is going to be generic, and some of it I will address specifically as I compare from one course to the next. So right now I'm going to transition my screen over to GeorgiaView. Okay, and again, this is my screen. Yours may look a little different because sometimes the student views are different. So here's our Principles of Accounting 1 class. For those of you that are in Accounting Principles 2, here's that. And Auditing and Attestation, which is really just auditing. I'm working on a proposal to make adjustments to the course title and course description in the catalog, because what we cover is financial auditing is what we do. So course structures are all pretty similar. I'm going to click in all of them right now just to kind of give you the nuts and bolts here. This is your course home page. There's not a lot here. Pretty much a picture, course title, your calendar, things that I want to post in your calendar here, and then any announcements that get posted to the course. Okay, I can use this as one way to communicate with you guys. A lot of what you need is going to be under content. So within content, where you're going to want to focus on is the table of contents. So these are all the modules that are set up. And notice they're in here by date. So August 10th, 17th, 24th, 31st. These are the dates of the Mondays of every week during our semester. Okay? And this is the start here course navigation. Every course has the same document, navigating your course. It has some generic information. It's a Word document, so you can download it, or you can view it in the viewer. It's a little cleaner if you just download it and open it in Word, but you're also welcome to view it in the viewer as well. Your course syllabus is going to be located here. It's your course number, fall 20, my last name, and it's ADA compliant, and I checked it on that date. So there's one for Accounting 2101, there's another one for Accounting 2102, and there's another one for Accounting 4701. The other thing you're going to find is you're going to find your link to McGraw-Hill Connect. And so this is where you're going to go when you want to get your account set up and have it synchronized with the Georgia View course site. And so this is where you want to go. You do not want to go through another website. You want to go here, and this is how you're going to set up your account. There is a 14-day free trial. So if you have not previously, if you're in Accounting 2101 and this is your first time, you're going to need to go ahead and set up an account. And so you're going to do that and select the 14-day free trial. It just gives you 14 days to pay it. But you do need to pay it within the 14 days. Okay? Don't not pay it. Because if the 14 days comes and goes and your account closes, you lose all your work. And we don't want that to happen. So if you choose to use the 14 days, and I can track it, and so I'll try to track it and send out reminders to folks. But please, make sure you mark it on a calendar that by a certain date you need to go ahead and pay the bill and get the account, but it gives you 14 days to do it. Of course, then there's individual modules. Those individual modules are going to tell you what you need to do for the week. So we have a purpose, the learning outcomes from the course, the module level learning outcomes, and then the tasks that I want you to perform. So you read through these. I generally would try to tell you where you're going to be doing this. So if it's in McGraw-Hill Connect, I state that it's in McGraw-Hill Connect. If it's something that you're going to be doing in Georgia View, I tell you you're going to be doing it in Georgia View. So there's 6 items generally that you have to do during the course of the week. These are just really rough estimates of what it might take you to do. Your experience may be different from this. And so you should track how long it's taking you to get your work done, because that will kind of help you with time management during the course of the semester. Because again, different people work at different paces. Different people are going to get things quicker than others. And so your time will vary. This is just a rough estimate, okay? Probably under ideal circumstances. And so there's one of these for every week. I'm going to go back to course navigation, and I'm going to click on the McGraw-Hill Connect. The reason why I insist that you go this route is because what this does is it syncs your Connect class with Georgia View. That means that I can download your grades from Connect directly into the Georgia View gradebook, which is a huge time saver. And if it saves me time, it means that you know your grades a lot quicker, because the gradebook in Georgia View is our official gradebook. And therefore, you're going to want your grades to get in there as quickly as possible so you can kind of keep up from week to week on where you stand in the class. And because these learning modules are set up to have weekly due dates, I will be pulling that information over. So all the grades, except for the exams, are due during the week. So if week 1 ends on that Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And so all the work that you did that week is due by that Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And so therefore on Monday I could turn around and download those grades from Connect into Georgia View, and I can update your gradebook. The only piece of each week that goes beyond that is the chapter exams for the Accounting 2101 and Accounting 2102. you have an extra week to get those done because those chapter exams are a little bit more intense than just, say, a normal reading quiz. Students in the auditing class will take a reading quiz rather than a chapter quiz or exam. The reading quiz is much easier. It's multiple choice. The exams that are in Accounting 2101 and 2102 are a little bit more in depth. And there's a reason for that. One, rather than having 2 or 3 tests throughout the semester, you take a test after every chapter in Principles of Accounting 1 and 2. And so this way you're dealing with a more finite set of skills and terminology that you're dealing with. So hopefully that will help you in terms of managing your learning over the course of the semester. But this is where you'll go and end up connecting with your class. Okay? So here you'll have, I can click on this and it will take me to my McGraw-Hill section. Again, my view is different than your view. Okay? Here's what the student view will look like. Some of you may be familiar with this already. It's a little bit slow. I've been in contact with McGraw-Hill. There's so many people transitioning to online classes and making use of this material that sometimes response times are a little slow. And I've noticed that on some days it's slower than others. So right now, with so many classes getting fired up, the resources can be a little unresponsive. So, be patient with it. Well, let's see. We'll click back. We'll try it one more time and see if we can get it to respond here. I film these things on the fly, and so if it doesn't want to cooperate, I won't be able to show you the student view. All right. Well, for now, it's not cooperating. All right. But what you're going to see is something similar, just presented to you in a different way. You're going to have the modules here. And so week 1, this is what you're going to be working on. And so this is for Accounting 2101, Principles 1. You have a video assignment, a homework assignment, and then a quiz 1, which is actually your chapter exam. And if you look, your due dates are right here. So you have this material, your video assignment and your homework assignment are due by 8/16, and it's 11:59 p.m. Always will be 11:59 p.m. Your quiz is due by 8/23, which is also a Sunday night. It's the following Sunday night, and it's due by 11:59 p.m. There are policies associated with all of these assignments. And so click, there's policies. So here you can see the policies. You have the availability. It's open now and will remain open until August 16th at 11:59 p.m. It's automatically submitted, so there's no late work on this one. There's no time limit. Printing is allowed. The questions are ordered. It's not password protected. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Question titles are shown. Question point values are visible, and references are shown. You do have access to some help here if it's available. So you can click for the ebook and resources, and if there's any hints available, you can click on those. And you can also access Check My Work on these assignments. 3 attempts are allowed when you're doing the work. Okay, on each new attempt, the student starts over. There's no score deduction for any new attempt, and because I am having you automatically submit, and so there is a definite hard due date and time for these assignments, we are allowed to use the study attempts, which means that even after the week is over, you will still have access to the assignment and can continue to practice with it. It won't affect your grade on the assignment, but you can then continue to go on and practice with it. Similar situation for the homework assignments. You click on policies. Again, you see the due date, the availability, your due date, due time, automatic submission, and same policies here. I try to keep the policies consistent, and I'm also trying to keep due dates and times consistent. So every week, the work is due Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. every week. So this way, it's very predictable. Okay. Again, the only difference is the video and the homework. For those of you that are in Accounting 2101 and 2102, the video and homework are due by the Sunday of that week that you're doing it. The chapter quiz is due the following Sunday. All right, and we'll take a look at that. And here's the policies for the quiz. You see when it opens. Now here, there's a couple of differences I want you to pay attention to. These are significant to your course grade. And so therefore I allow a late submission, but there's a 20% score deduction for each day that it's late. So even if you miss the date, you still have time to get the assignment in. You'll take a hit on the score, but it's better than a 0. Trust me. So I've given you a little bit of grace on this one. There is a time limit. You have 120 minutes to complete the exam. That's standard for all of these quizzes. I call them quizzes. You can just as easily call them exams. It's just that the rules in Connect are different for quizzes and exams, and I wanted to use the rules for the quiz here, but they're chapter exams. I am showing you a little bit of information. You'll see the point values, you'll see the question titles, and any references. Now, you won't have access to the assistants here because this is an exam. Only one attempt is allowed, and there are no study attempts. Why? Because I have a soft due date. It means that some students may submit late, and so therefore we can't use the study attempt. All right, that is a Connect feature that I just have to observe. After submitting the assignment on this exam, you'll get your total scores before the due date and all detailed feedback after the due date. That's pretty standard on the examinations. It's a little different on the homework assignments. Let's go back to one of the homework assignments here. So I can click back on policies. Here, after the first attempt, question scores, correct or incorrect indicators are shown, and total scores. After the second attempt, it's the same thing. If you score 100% on the third attempt, then you get total scores only, because if you scored 100%, you don't need anything else. If you still struggled with the assignment after 3 attempts, then you really need to be reaching out to me so that we can sit down and go over some things together. Okay? So make sure that you are looking at how you're doing on these homeworks and then contacting me, making notes in those reflection posts, and contacting me about anything that you might be struggling with. The other neat feature, I think this will show up on yours as well, is the Return to Dalton State College. You click on that and it takes you right back to that page. Okay? There's a few things I still have to set up, and one of the things I have to set up is the discussions, and then make sure that the grade books are set up. So I'm still working on that. That'll be kind of finished during the course of the first week of classes. And so that part I'm not going to show you quite yet, but we do have a grade book, and there is a discussion area, and that's where the reflection posts are going to come in. That'll be ready for you by the time you have to do your reflection posts the following weekend. So not this, from Monday, it'll be ready by Friday. So this way you can start doing your reflection posts. Now, just to show everyone, that was Accounting 2101. Accounting 2102 is very similar. Okay, different picture. And I tried to find a picture that actually kind of matched the content of the course too. So same thing, just announcements, calendar. important to click on content. And again, you've got the same thing. You've got the navigating your course document, you've got your syllabus, and you've got your McGraw-Hill Connect, and then all of your modules set up. Okay? And so click on 10th, week 1 introduction, and it's going to be very similar. Okay? You've got your purpose, the learning outcomes, the module learning objectives, and then the tasks for the week. Okay? So, and again, all times are estimated. And the assignments between Accounting 2101 and 2102, the structure of the course is very, very consistent. So just for the purposes of demonstration, I'm going to click on the McGraw-Hill link because the course is paired. That opens it up. Go to my Connect section, and it'll bring us to the Accounting 2102 Principles 2, and you'll see week 1. Here's your video assignment, your homework assignment, and your chapter quiz, which is your exam. Same deal. The video homework and the video and homework assignments are due by the end of that week. You'll have an additional week to sit down and take the quiz. You have one attempt at the quiz or chapter exam, and so you'll sit down, you'll take it in a 2-hour or 120-minute chunk, and that's your grade. Okay? And that, again, that replaces having to take just 2 or 3 exams. You will have a comprehensive or cumulative final that you'll take in the course. There's also some simulation and analysis. I didn't talk about that, but there's some Excel simulations that I've got set up in both courses, Accounting 2101 and 2102, that you'll be doing. And again, those will have their due dates. Okay, they're not due till the 8th of November. We'll click on that assignment to see what's going on, and the policies there. You have a bit longer of a period of time to work on those. There's no time limit. It's very similar to the homework. Okay. I think you have access to see all this stuff in the student version or the student view of this. I'm going to try one more time and click on student view and see if it'll cooperate with us. Oh, we're getting a little further than we got the last time. So there's what the student view looks like. I know most of you guys are familiar with it. I sometimes forget that you have a different view, and so this is a good reminder for me that this is the way you see the course laid out. And so when you click on, you have 3 items, click on them, and there you go. Okay, and so access to the book. And anything else. The calendar, that's the calendar feature there. Okay. So notice you can look and see where the assignments are due. Okay, so that's pretty important. So I want to exit back to my instructor view. So again, this is for 2102. Oops, return to instructor view. That's what I wanted. Click back on that. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here, and for those of you that are in the auditing class, it's set up very similar to the Principles of Accounting classes. Yours is a little different. Again, you guys are seniors. Your workload is going to be a little bit heavier. Again, same thing here, calendar. So if there's something I want you to know about, it's going to be posted here in this calendar. Announcements. Here's content. Again, same deal. Set up in modules. So you have your navigating your course, McGraw-Hill Connect, and here's your syllabus. Oh, I want to move the syllabus up there. Boom, there we go, swapped. Okay, so here's your course syllabus, and then here's your McGraw-Hill Connect. And then these are your weekly modules. This is your introduction to auditing. And again, similar to what you saw me showing the students that are in Principles of Accounting 1 and 2, this is your activity. I'll be doing some video assignments, some videos that I'll post online, and I'll go over an introduction to some of the auditing concepts and the textbook that will be specific for you. I'll get that posted sometime during the week so you can see that. You need to activate your account, read chapter 1, complete the reading quiz, and yours is a reading quiz, so it's 15 minutes. It's not the 2-hour exams like the principals, the students, but that's because you're going to have two comprehensive or cumulative exams during the course of the semester that you're going to have to deal with. Then you'll have to complete the assignments that are in the week 1 Connect module, and then complete the weekly reflection post. I'm going to go back to the table of contents. Click on Connect because your course is paired as well. And so what do we have going on here? Oh, let's click on week 1. Week 1, there's a link here for additional student resources. This will take you to a document that you can download that'll have access to additional resources. No due date on that because it's not a gradable assignment. This is for your information. I do suggest that you access it. After you finish reading the chapter and studying it, go ahead and take your quiz. Then there's a couple of assignments that you need to complete by the time 8/16 rolls around. We're going to be working with a couple of different things, and so there's a little bit more work in here in terms of we're not going to be dealing all with just multiple choice or true false or fill in the blank or matching. There will be a lot of that in here, but there's going to be some other types of assignments as well, some written work, because we're going to be exercising professional judgment in this course. And the only way to do that is to know how to analyze data and interpret the data. And so there's a little bit more writing involved in this course than maybe you're used to. Okay, so that's one of the things you'll have to adjust to. So there's a bit more in terms of assignments. Right now I've gotten through week 5, and so you can see every week. Tableau is a software. Okay, so we'll be taking a look at Tableau. It's like Excel but more powerful. It provides a lot of visualization tools that are not available in Excel. And the other thing you'll be learning is something called IDEA, which is an auditing analytics software. Okay, the IDEA or IDEA actually has a meaning to it. I forget what it is. There's 2 programs out there that auditors use that they can purchase off the shelf, IDEA or ACL, which is Audit Command Language. Also, some of the bigger accounting firms have developed their own in-house tools, which are similar. But if you're working in smaller firms, regional firms, they're probably using IDEA or ACL for doing a lot of their analytic work. And you'll have these mini cases. Earthware is a company, and you'll be using these series of mini cases all throughout the course. And so those are the way your assignments are put together. And everything's in there. You'll have 2 cumulative exams during the semester. And so that's the way that one works. And again, you've got your own view to this course, just like the previous ones. And you guys that are in this class are used to seeing this environment. So I don't need to click on that. Let me see. Is there anything else that I need to talk about in terms of Georgia View? I don't think so. All right. So what I want to do next is I'm going to quickly here, there we go, down here. I think it opened up multiple times. There. Okay, documents. All 2020. All right. I'm going to open up. This is what the Word document looks like for your syllabus. So if you download it and open it up in Word, it's just easier to view. Easier on the eyes, I think, anyway. And again, all of the syllabi are in the same template. You can tell my computer's 5 years old. It's getting slow. I want to get a new one that has solid state drives in it because that's much faster. So at any rate, again, see, this is a much prettier view than the one you have. So download it and use that view. Use this document instead. I would actually print it out and keep a copy of it handy so you can actually write on it, make notes. And so just what I showed you before. Okay, again, all the information you need there. And again, just as a reminder, this is the important area, the weights on your material. So now you see those chapter exams, the sum total. I'll take the average of all your chapter exams, and that's going to be 25% of your course grade. Your performance on the final exam will be 35% of your course grade. And then the average of your video assignments, the average of your homework assignments, and the average of any of the simulations, those will all be used as 10% of your course grade. And then the reflection posts. Those reflection posts I will grade at the end of the semester. I'll just kind of go through and make sure that you've been doing it every week and that you've been giving me a good honest try. If you do that, and again, it's an easy 10 points or 10% of the grade that's there for the taking. You just have to commit yourself to making sure you do those posts every week. So even if you don't have any questions that week, if you understood everything perfectly well and did well on all the assignments, tell me that, okay? Tell me what you learned that you liked the most. Has studying accounting done anything for you in terms of affecting how you relate it back to your specific major? Or maybe you didn't think you wanted to be an accountant and all of a sudden now you find you want to be an accountant. So you can let me know that as well, okay? So that is the Accounting 2101 syllabus. Let's open up 2102. Again, the reason why I'm doing just one introductory video is it's much more efficient time-wise, and since this is just a generic welcome to the course video, again, your syllabus is the same, okay? It just has different information here. Here's the information about your course. Again, contact information, same stuff here. Description, this is your catalog description. This is my description of your course. And the evaluation activity. So again, you have your final exam, your chapter exam quizzes, your homework assignments, video assignments, simulation cases. So it's the same weights as in the Accounting 2101. These classes mirror one another except for the content. Okay. In the financial accounting, you're dealing with the financial statement reports. In managerial accounting, you're using it in decision making, and you're dealing with cost accounting information. And so you'll get to know the differences between the two. All right, so, and then the last one I'm going to open up is going to be the auditing. I have to thank Dr. Dietrich because he's the one that gave me his template. He actually gave us all his template, so I just used his template and put in my material because we have to be ADA compliant, and this is ADA compliant. So here's the auditing course information. Okay, here's our textbook. Okay, access code, again, we'll be using IDEA and Tableau, and I'll provide more information through D2L, Brightspace, or GeorgiaView. Very little, the online course, the catalog course description is really weak, and we don't really cover attestation. We only cover auditing, and we cover specifically financial statement auditing, which is just one area of auditing. We can't cover everything in the introduction basic class. This is your first class in auditing. You would have to take other classes in auditing to get the full breadth of what auditing and attestation is all about. It's all part of assurance services. And we'll get into that discussion. Here's a more detailed description of the course, which I hope to eventually make the actual description of the course in the catalog. And then here's the information on what you're doing. Okay. You have a final exam that is worth 30% of your course grade. You have a midterm exam that is worth 25% of your course grade. So 55% of your grade is based on those two examinations. The modules themselves, the assignments that are embedded in the modules, okay, that's worth a total of 35% of your course grade. And so all of those assignments in there will be averaged together, and boom, we'll have 35% of your course grade. So that's a pretty big chunk right there. And then the reflection posts are 10%. So 45% of your course grade okay, is based on the week in, week out effort that you put into the course. So make sure that you're trying to do all of the work that's in there. You don't want a bunch of zeros showing up. So keep up with the coursework. Again, if you have any questions, you reach out and you ask me, okay? And then we have our grade scale. And same thing here, all the objectives and a little bit of stuff on the assignments. Again, for all courses, all assignments are due by Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. It's pretty straightforward. I did that intentionally. I worked that way over the summer with my summer course, and keeping those due dates consistent from week in and week out, I didn't have a single student that missed an assignment that I recall. Yeah, and that's like the first time in my memory that that ever actually happened. So, all right. So here I am again. Hopefully this is back up on the screen. So anyway, that's kind of the introduction to the course. It's been raining and I'm really tired. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Haven't been sleeping real well lately. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if any of you have been having trouble sleeping. Plus, I'm still getting used to talking on a camera. That's got to be weird, like when you're a newscaster or even an actor doing filming. That's got to be an interesting experience you have to get used to. But anyway, these courses are designed so that they should be easy to follow. If you have any questions at all, I can't stress enough that I want you to go ahead and ask the question. Send me the email and tell me that you can't find something, that you're not sure about something, how to proceed. I don't care what the question is, just ask it. It's very, very important that you do that. And I will respond. You can't ask enough questions. You can't ask too many questions. Okay? So don't ever feel like you're bothering me with questions. I have people apologizing to me saying, you know, I have to ask another question. I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. Okay? It's part of my job. I'm here as a resource for you in the course to help you navigate and get through this course. Part of that, a big part of it, is how I set up the design of the course. If I'm receiving too many questions about finding things in the course or how to proceed next, then I know that there's something I need to work on to make the course more transparent to the students. So my goal is to reduce your need to ask me those questions. Your job is to ask me those questions when it isn't clear, because I need to know that. All right? So again, I'm looking forward to this fall semester. I wish COVID-19 would go away, but for now, it doesn't appear that it is. So I want everybody to embrace what we have going on ahead of us, focus on our schoolwork. Remember, this is an investment in your future, and so this is really, really important. I want you all to do well. I'll work with you to help you do well. Ultimately, how you do in the course in terms of a final outcome will be a product of the coursework that you turn into me and my evaluation of that coursework. And so it becomes really, really important to make sure that you do not fall behind. Falling behind never works well. Procrastination, waiting till the end of the week to try to get the work done, that's going to be difficult. You need to be in this material throughout the week. You know, schedule a little bit of time every day where you can work on something. Be reading through the chapter, take some notes for yourself. You know, there's lots available to you in Accounting 2101 and 2102. Use those videos as your friend. In 4701 auditing, we don't have those videos. They're not part of the course. And so you'll have to rely more on your reading and on me. And so we'll have some discussions. I expect there'll be a lot of interaction in 4701. I really do. And I think that's a good thing. So, and I want to hear from the students in 2101 and 2102. I want you asking questions because these are important courses for you guys. For those of you that are not accounting majors, these two classes, Principles of Accounting 1 and Principles of Accounting 2, these are your two courses that are going to give you your foundation in accounting information. And it's going to be very important whether you're marketing, management, information systems. It does not matter. Logistics and supply chain, the accounting is important. It's a performance management system. It's a record-keeping system, and it's what businesses use. And so, and one of the things we'll do is we'll try to play around with the simulation this semester in Principles 1 and 2 that uses SAP S/4HANA, which is the latest version of SAP software that's being used at places like Mohawk and some of the other local manufacturing companies. SAP is a worldwide manufacturer of enterprise resource planning software. They sell accounting software and production software, HR software to lots of companies around the world. They're, I believe, the #1 provider of ERP systems. And so we're going to get a chance to play a distribution game in that system. And so I've done some training and gotten certified in it. And so this is going to be my first time using this in the classroom. And actually, we're going to be in our virtual classroom. So at any rate, this video is about going on 41 minutes. So I want to go ahead and wrap it up. Again, if you have any questions, I want you to feel free to reach out to me. You can email me and ask me any questions if you want. All right? So this is Dr. Cabrini signing off for now, and I will interact with you all this coming week.